Hello Internet, my name is Lave and back with another review from the BFI London Film Festival. I watched Stray, which is directed by Elizabeth Lowe and is quite a unique documentary, or should I say, dogumentary. All joking aside, it is unique though because its subject matter is stray dogs living on the streets of Istanbul, and we predominantly follow Zeytin as he wanders around looking for bones or scraps of food, chasing cats, playing with other dogs or fighting with them, just surviving day by day. Now, I'm a dog person over cats. I like dogs, but I must admit I was curious as to how engaging this documentary was going to be. Even though it's got a very lean runtime of just 72 minutes, I wasn't sure how captivating it was going to be to just watch roaming dogs, but it is. The film is broken up with the occasional title card with stats about how the authorities in Turkey treat stray dogs, and it's full of philosophical quotes too, like from Diogenes, who said that it is the privilege of gods to want nothing and of godlike men to want little. Back to that in a second though. As mentioned, the main subject of the film is Zeytin, a surprisingly playful and placid dog despite being a stray. I really did care for him, especially when he gets in scraps with other dogs and he has to defend himself. But he does have his friends though, like his mate Nazar, and there's another dog with pups being looked after by construction workers, but really the focus is on Zeytin. It's all filmed down at his level, so you really do see the world through his eyes. At the start of the film you do get quite a lot of shots of dogs' bumholes as you're following them. I was like, I don't really need to see that. And the footage is also very shaky cam at the start. I really started to feel sympathy for Elizabeth Lowe, who I assume filmed it all herself. And she must have been walking around in a squat position. I was like, oh, that must kill her back and her legs. Fortunately, as the film progresses, the shaky cam, I just forgot about it, or she might have got a better rig along the way. But I just forgot about it and became immersed in Zeytin's world. We soon discover that he's got some human companions too that turn out to be Syrian refugees, also living on the streets, also forgotten by the system. But despite their desperate situation, there is genuine affection between the dogs and these boys. There's a moment where these refugee boys get a free meal service and you see them give most of the food to the dogs, and then moments later, the refugees are arrested for sleeping rough. And I think that's where the point of the film begins to emerge. It highlights that man can be more compassionate, it seems, to man's best friend than to its fellow human. So that's my thoughts on Stray, and pause the video if you want to take a closer look at my enjoyment tracker now. This documentary is unquestionably unique and original. I'm not sure how much rewatch value it's got, but it certainly is thought-provoking. There's a particularly stirring shot of Zeytin as he's sitting on this mound at one point, and you can hear the call to prayer in the background, and he seems to respond to it by howling, so it really is quite emotive at times. The only other thought I had about the film is that as the dogs wander around, you can hear people talking in the background and it's subtitled, and I just wondered if it wasn't subtitled, it would have made you feel like you were more in Zeytin's world, because after all, they can't understand humans. So if the subtitles weren't there, I think I would have been more immersed in it. Maybe. But let me know your thoughts on Stray if you've seen it. I'm not sure how it's going to be released in cinemas or if it's going to be virtually on Netflix, but check it out if you get the chance, especially if you like dogs. As always, thanks very much for watching this review. I really do appreciate it. If you can, give it a like and don't forget to share the lave.